My name is Alyssa, and I'm here to tell you how to fill out an application for a for-profit college. Step 1, throw it in the trash. Step 2, do not ever attend a for-profit college, ever. I know what you're thinking. Who's this bitch with blue iridescent eyeshadow being lit with a lamp from IKEA, and why is she telling me to ditch school? I'm actually part of a movement comprised of many former graduates and students of for-profit colleges. The movement took off around April, and it has grown like wildfire because that many people are pissed off by these schools. So let's get right into it. I could list a bajillion reasons why these schools suck, and I could talk for an hour about how much they suck. But in the interest of keeping it short and simple and to the basics, I tried to do that and not go off on any tangents. So let's go! Number 1, cost. So first, let's break down and define what the heck for-profit even means. For-profit schools or proprietary schools are colleges that are run like a business, point blank. The people running the company keep all the profits they make to give to the shareholders that gave them the money to form these things in the first place. Where did they get the profits from? You! These schools advertise themselves as affordable colleges that will train you for a career in whatever you want. I'm sure you've seen the ads on TV or a representative has stopped by your school. In actuality, these schools are expensive AF, and the people who attend them often end up in over $100,000 in debt. Even with a good job, you can't pay that off. They're impossible to pay off. And that's because of the sky-high interest rates on them that grow them exponentially over time. Let's talk about student loans real quick. They're the only expense that you cannot automatically discharge through bankruptcy. You can try, but you need an excuse like you and your entire family died. Something like that. It's not going to happen. You're going to be stuck with this shit for the rest of your life, basically. These loans will follow you around like the ghost of a bad financial decision and ruin your life and your credit score. Federal loans are backed by the government, who have the legal authority to demand their money. They will garnish your wages, they'll dip into your Social Security, they'll confiscate your tax refund. They're not unlike a pimp, a legal pimp. And who's the prostitute? You! Okay, let's not delve any deeper into that metaphor. For any federal loans that you do not qualify for, the school will casually suggest that maybe you take out a few private loans. While private loan companies do not have the legal authority to demand their money or force you to pay, they offer significantly less options for paying back your loans and are a general pain in the ass to deal with, like worse than Comcast. If you default, which means that you've stopped making payments on your loans for so long and the company is just 500% done with you, your loans will move to a collections company. Sometimes your loans can be taken out of default if you make a payment, but I don't know, I'm not a finance expert, and all of this is very confusing on purpose. The point is that these loans suck and do not get them. Now that you know what loans are, let's look at some stats. For-profit students only account for about 10% of the population, but 47% of people who have defaulted on their loans are for-profit students. That is some serious bullshit. Number 2, quality. So now that you know you're going to pay $100K for an education, let's see how good it is. Actually, pretty shitty. These schools often have very low criteria for teaching positions at the school. Some require 0 teaching experience. These companies basically have no standards. They don't give a fuck who's teaching the kids as long as it looks like the kids are learning something. Where exactly does all your money go to anyway? Mostly advertising for the school. They love to brag about their state-of-the-art technology and things like that, but the thing about that is that you need state-of-the-art instructors to teach them. No required certification in this equipment, no proof that you know these programs, no industry standards, nothing. Anyone could be teaching these classes. You could. You might, they'll take you. Number 3, who is running them? So when you think of the word school, the first things you associate with that word is hedge funds and Goldman Sachs, right? No? Well, Since for-profits are a business, they have a CEO and a board of directors and other corporate buzzwords. I don't know. These companies are backed by investors and hedge funds who have put money into the schools expecting a payback. The largest shareholder of EDMC, owner of the Art Institutes, is Goldman Sachs. I'm sure you've heard of them from their truly philanthropic work with the Greek government. Literally, the only people who care about these schools are the ones making money off of them. So why does the Department of Education allow these schools to continue to sap us dry of money we haven't even made yet? Because they're making money off of us too. That's right. The Holy Trinity. Loan companies, shareholders, and the freaking government itself make money from student loans. Loan companies make profits from the ridiculous interest rates on the private loans. I'm sure anyone who has attended college ever has heard of that bitch Sally Mae and her cousin Navient. The government makes profits on the interest rates from the federal loans. This makes student loans impossible to pay off. Paying off just the interest accrued means that the original amount, or the principal, of money that you took out stays put. You're basically just paying loan companies to keep your loans. Subprime mortgage scandal much? 4. How they get you to attend. In the going trend with a lack of standards, these schools will accept anyone with a Pell Grant and a pulse. That is a literal quote. If you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, you're familiar with the term boiler room. That is exactly the tactics that these schools use to get you to go to these schools. They basically interrogate and guilt you into attending the school by fucking with your mind. Management flat out encourages fraud. I'll give some very accurate examples. Well, I don't know if we can afford college. But what about Timmy's future? Are you just going to throw that all away? Oh my god, you're right. I am a bad mom. Don't worry about the cost. We'll just teach him how to be a millionaire. He can pay his loans off with his cool job. He gets right out of college. So, what is your current job? Flipping burgers. Is that what you want to do for the rest of your life? Not really, no. We can save you from fast food purgatory by putting you in financial purgatory, and you'll end up going back to fast food purgatory too. Accurate. The lies don't end there, folks. For-profits are also master manipulators with their numbers. They love to tell you about their almost guaranteed job placement upon graduation, anywhere from 80 to 100%. The thing with their job statistics is that they count any job that you get after graduation. Yeah, even the minimum wage ones. Doesn't sound so great anymore. Once you've drank the for-profit Kool-Aid, it's hard to break the illusion. There are a lot of stands for these schools out there, and it's easy to blame the student for putting themselves in debt because they knew what they were signing up for. We didn't. We were 17 and not paying bills yet, and our parents went to school for a microfraction of the price, and they just didn't work hard enough. The bootstrap speech, a conservative classic, and so the illusion is perpetuated. It's genius, really. Get us to attend school, then blame us for the debt that they put us in. That's gaslighting, ladies and gents. This is one of the major reasons why I wanted to make this video, to arm you all with knowledge that prevents their boiler room mindfucking from working on you, should you ever encounter them, and thus avoiding people like these who try to make you feel bad for trying to secure a better future for yourself. How dare you? Which leads me to number 5, the future of for-profits. On a very basic level, these schools were designed to do exactly what they've done, saddle the lower to middle class with massive debt while they make a profit. The thing is, for-profits have poor future planning skills. I'm no venture capitalist, but creating a business model based off of financially crippling the poor and non-wealthy to make a quick buck doesn't sound like a successful and lasting method of income to me. The bankruptcy of Corinthian colleges who owned Everest, Heald, and Wyotech schools is what set off the movement, and it's working. For-profits are experiencing all-time low stocks, increased and unforgiving scrutiny by regulators, heightened negative media attention, and harsh criticism by several people, including members of Congress, who are not currently receiving lobbying money from the industry. And the cry for these schools to refund the students they defrauded is louder than ever and being heard by everyone. With this momentum by the movement, these for-profits are almost guaranteed to meet their demise in the near future. They'll all follow Corinthian in bankruptcy because word has gotten out that they're shit. And you can't come back from that when your business model is to literally be shit. And enrollment numbers is how they make their money. If nobody signs up for the schools, they have no money. The art institutes have already begun the process of teach-outs on some 15 of their campuses, including the one that I went to, where they cease enrollment and fire their admission staff, graduate or transfer every student until the school is empty, and shutter the campus. So do yourself a favor and don't go to a school about to declare bankruptcy. I think I'll stop there for now. Those are 5 reasons, but I didn't even touch on GI Bill money and the exploitation of veterans, shady accreditation and trying to transfer out of these schools, or the illegal compensation for admission staff. But I think I've made a pretty solid case for how much these schools suck. I mean, unless you want to be in massive amounts of debt with a degree that's virtually worthless and very bleak job prospects, then go ahead. Who am I to stop you from your dream of bad credit and unemployment? So what can you do instead? Take a gap year. Get a job. Try to save up some money. Go to a trade school or community college. Find someone to mentor you. Make connections. Find tutorials right here on YouTube. That's what my school did. And build a portfolio. That is the most important thing in the art industry. A self-taught artist with a strong portfolio is infinitely more valuable than a school-taught artist with a weak portfolio. And finally, if you have the funds, then yes, absolutely go to college, but do your research. We live in the age of technology. Read up on the history of your college of choice and make sure that it's for you. If you guys have any other questions regarding for-profits, education, student loans, the government, art, or anything at all, please feel free to message me. Also, let me know if you'd like me to explain anything else to you. I have a few ideas for some future videos, but your suggestions are totally welcome. One more thing. I am one of many people speaking out against the for-profit college industry. Be on the look for other information about these scam schools. In case I didn't thoroughly cover something or whatever, I know a few of my peers have some things in the works. So until then, positivity and solidarity. Here's my kitty. Cat butt. Cat butt. Okay, alright. If you're gonna stay here, you can't distract me, okay? Stop being cute. Stop. Stop being cute. Stop it. She's licking my arm. She's licking my arm. Oh, I was so close to getting done. I was so close. And then you came in and you distracted me and ruined everything. Because you're too cute. Let me finish this video, then we'll snuggle, okay? I want a cute kitty.